Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're making the vegan pumpkin stir-fry asparagus. I'm gonna teach you how to stir-fry your pumpkin without breaking it or smooshing it. If you learn this technique, you'll be able to stir-fry your pumpkin with anything you want in the future. Check it out. Hi new friends, this is Erica right here. I'm a Taiwanese citizen currently living in America. Cooking and traveling is my passion, so I'm here to share with you my favorite Asian recipes. On top of that, I also make videos talking about food knowledge and the history background of the dish on this channel, so if that interests you, please subscribe and keep watching. I know, another pumpkin dish, Erica? Okay, I promise this is the last one this year, okay? I just have too many pumpkins decoration that I want to get rid of before it start rotting, so I keep learning new great dish about pumpkins. What can I say? Today we're making a super tasty and nutritious Chinese stir-fry dish, the pumpkin stir-fry asparagus. In the West, people like to roast their pumpkin most of the time. But in Chinese cuisine, we stir-fry everything instead. But if you try to stir-fry any squash or melon before, you might experience the undercook or the smoosh pulp at the end. So today I'm gonna teach you a technique to stir-fry your pumpkin without breaking it. You can also use this technique on other squash or melon or potato dishes. But before we get into that, there's one special ingredient that I have to share with you first, the Chinese Douchi. Douchi is a soybean product that is mostly used in Chinese cuisine. It is made with fermenting and salting black soybeans to create a salty and somewhat bitter and sweet flavor. It is highly possible you never heard of the Chinese Douchi before, but if you're into Japanese cuisine, you might heard of the Japanese sticky beans, natto. And a matter of fact, natto is actually evolved from the Chinese Douchi as well. Douchi is one of the oldest known soy products in China. The earliest documentation of Douchi was founded in the Qing dynasty before 221 BC. After that, Douchi became a very commonly used seasoning for over 400 years in China. And it is also considered as a Chinese medicine as well. You might already heard that the fermented food is great for your body, and soybean is also a great source for protein and packed with nutrients. Douchi is no exception. It has a high content of protein and also packed with all the good stuff in it. According to Chinese medicine, Douchi not only has high nutritional value, but also have the effect of detoxification and can cure headache, chest tightness, and vomiting, improve the blood flow in the brain, and prevent Alzheimer's. Now you have a basic idea of what Douchi is, let's get into our cooking today, shall we? Here are the ingredients that we'll need for today's vegan pumpkin stir-fry asparagus. First, the pumpkin, I'm using the sugar pie pumpkin that I have in hand. You can use any type of pumpkin you want. And also the asparagus, minus the bottom rubbery part, we need around 250 grams of asparagus. Besides this, the herb will need some ginger slices, the dried chili pepper, as well as the special ingredient today, the Chinese Douchi. And there's some seasoning as well. I'll be listed in the description box down below. The special technique I'm teaching you today to stir-fry your pumpkin to perfection without breaking it is to boil and sear it first. I will explain in detail later, but first, let's boil up some water. Now while we're waiting for the water, let's chop our ingredients. Today we're using half of a sugar pie pumpkin. I already have my pumpkin seeds scooped out. If you haven't do that right now. And then slice your pumpkin with the skins on to half-inch thick slices. The skin of the pumpkin is totally edible, and leaving it on can keep the shape of the pumpkin together easier. It doesn't have to be perfect, but try to keep the thickness as uniform as you can so it can be cooked through more evenly later. Next, break off the rubbery bottom of the asparagus and angle slice it. The purpose of slicing it like this is because it's easier to stir fry that way, and the angle makes it easier to cook and absorb more seasoning. And it also makes it look bigger, and it's easier to pick up with your chopsticks while eating. Now our ingredients is ready and the water is boiling, let's start cooking. Dropping your pumpkin into the boiled water and cover it up. Set a timer for 2 minutes and let it cook through around 70%. When the time's up, scoop it out and set it aside. We'll have to blanch our asparagus well, so drop it in and blanch it for around 3 minutes until you can see the color has turned into a brighter green. That means it's ready. Also, scoop it out and set it aside. Before we combine the ingredients together and stir fry it, there's one more step we have to do. Heat up a pan and cover the whole bottom with olive oil. When the oil is hot, add in your pumpkin and spread it evenly on the pan. We'll sear our pumpkin on medium heat for 3 minutes on each side to harden the surface of the pumpkin. This boiled and seared technique is all about preventing the breakage of your pumpkin while we stir fry it later. Boiling your sliced pumpkin can cook through the pumpkin around 70%, so we can cook through the pumpkin and shorten the stir fry time later. Searing it after is to harden up the surface of the pumpkin, so when we stir fry it, the pumpkin will have natural protection on the surface. And not to mention, searing your pumpkin will release its aroma better, and also adding the pumpkin flavor into our oil, so later when we stir fry everything together, the flavor will be more combined. Now with the same pan and pumpkin oil, we'll add in our ginger slice, stir fry for around 20 seconds till you can smell the ginger, add in the Chinese douchi and dry chili pepper. Stir frying your herb first will release and activate the flavor and also give it a better aroma. Stir fry in medium heat until you see the chili start to pop up and turn into a bloody red color. It's time to add in your asparagus and pumpkin. Use your spatula or by flipping the pan, gently mix in all the ingredients so the flavor can be mixed well together. Give it a few flips and we can start seasoning the dish. The point of this stir frying is to combine all the flavor together, not to cook through anything. So that's why we boil our ingredients first earlier, so we can do this process as fast as possible. Add in a little bit of salt to give it some different savory taste and the douchi to the dish, and also some sugar if you need it to even out the savory. Flip, 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 and done! The Chinese stir-fried pumpkin asparagus is ready. Wow, the stir-fried pumpkin really smells even better than pumpkin soup. The color of the dish is really popping. The sweet flavor that asparagus and pumpkin provides perfectly matches with the savory Chinese douchi. The boiled and seared pumpkin has a super soft inner pulp that will melt in your mouth but not break in your plate. The asparagus is still crunchy but fully cooked to perfection. This is a great vegan dish to make in fall. I can never get enough of it. Now, while we're enjoying this vegan pumpkin stir-fried asparagus, let's learn how to say it in Chinese. The word of the day today is 香草南瓜芦笋, pumpkin stir-fried asparagus. The first two characters 香草 means aromatic stir-fry. The first character 香 means smells good. And 炒, we learned it many times before, it means stir-fry. The third and the fourth character is 南瓜, it means pumpkin. And the last two characters, 芦笋, means asparagus. So 香草南瓜芦笋 is pumpkin stir-fried asparagus. Thank you for cooking with me to the end. Let me know if you like this recipe by giving this video a thumbs up. It's only gonna take you a second, but it means a lot to me. I make video on YouTube every Thursday, so remember to hit that bell and you'll never miss out. Last but not least, don't forget to subscribe on my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!